This is going to be the Night of Champions 2025 prediction video. Looking at the 2025 Night of Champions match card, all the matches seem and look really predictable. Like, there's no uncertainty or like confusion in like my guesses or anything. Like, just looking at the match cards, everything seems like laid out and like you already know what's gonna happen. You already see what's gonna happen. Like, that's my one thing I'm noticing about like this premium live event. There's a lot of Raw matches. Not only that, but all the matches are basically predictable as like, I don't know, just predictable, you know? The most predictable could probably be. Anyhow, though, these matches are really predictable. Like, just looking at it, this is probably like the most predictable you could ever have a premium live event. These are just my thoughts and my predictions and what I think is going to happen at Night of Champions 2025. So our first match of the night, I assume, will be Sami Zayn versus Karrion Kross. So this Sami Zayn versus Karrion Kross match, I'm happy Karrion Kross is getting his opportunity, and I'm happy that he's actually getting put on a premium live event. However, though, I don't see Karrion Kross winning this. Because Sami Zayn is the Saudi guy, you know? The Saudi Arabia guy. Like, not that he's from there, but like he's really loved there, you know? And I was shocked when I first found out he wasn't going to be at Saudi at all, you know? So this makes a lot of sense, them putting him here so he could get the big Saudi pop, you know, from the people, from the fans. So, and seeing that like WWE doesn't have any trust in Karrion Kross and they don't have like any plans to push him, he's obviously not winning this match. This is just to showcase Sami Zayn and to get Sami Zayn on the show so WWE could get the "this is awesome" chance, the cheap crowd pop. So this match is pretty obvious. I have Sami Zayn winning this match. I hope it's entertaining. I hope it's good. I hope it's at least decent, you know, but I don't have high hopes for this match too much. But for this first match, Sami Zayn versus Karrion Kross, I'm pretty sure Sami Zayn. As a matter of fact, I'm 100% certain that Sami Zayn is coming out with the win. After that, though, our second match of the night will be Rhea Ripley versus Raquel Rodriguez in the street fight. This, again, very predictable. There's no way, not even a chance in my head where I think that Raquel Rodriguez is going to beat Rhea Ripley. Even with the aid of Roxanne Perez, I don't see Rhea Ripley losing. This street fight, I hope it's entertaining. I think it's going to be entertaining. You know, I hope we get a lot of cool chair spots, you know, table spots, and like, you know, weapons in this match, you know, like the WWE weapons, not weapons, but, you know, WWE weapons, chairs, you know, steel stairs, ladders, tables, that type of stuff. I hope we get a lot of that in there and a lot of cool and entertaining and interesting spots. That's all I'm asking for this match. I'm not asking for too much. It's not going to be a banger by any means because, you know, Raquel is not like, you know, exceptional in the ring or anything. And Rhea, she needs like, I don't know. She needs a good other wrestler to make her matches look incredible, you know? Like, Rhea Ripley is really good in the ring, but like with another superstar that's also exceptional in the ring, like her matches just shine there. But if you have Rhea Ripley versus Raquel Rodriguez, which we've seen, none of their matches have been anything amazing or anything like mind-blowing or like memorable. So I know this match is not going to be anything too crazy. I just want some cool spots, and that's all I'm asking for. So for this Raquel Rodriguez versus Rhea Ripley street fight, I'm 100% certain that Rhea Ripley is taking the W. Rhea Ripley is taking the win. And that's my prediction for this match. After this, though, we get to our first championship defense match of the night. It will be Jacob Fatu versus Solo Sikoa for the United States Championship. I'm already foreseeing a lot of interference from JC Mateo or Jeff Cobbs. I already know he's going to get involved. I think Jimmy Uso might also get involved on Fatu's side, you know, Solo Sikoa having JC Mateo or Jeff Cobbs on his side and Jimmy Uso being on Jacob Fatu's side because we saw them on SmackDown. They had a cool little interaction where Jimmy Uso had Jacob Fatu's back. So I think that same thing's going to happen again. I don't see Jacob Fatu losing the championship this early. He is pretty over with the crowd. He's doing pretty good work right now. So I don't see him losing this early. So I'm predicting that Jacob Fatu will retain his United States Championship versus Solo Sikoa. This, I'm pretty sure it will be a pretty good match. Jacob Fatu is really good in the ring. Solo Sikoa knows how to tell a story in the ring. This match is going to be pretty entertaining. I wish it was like a no DQ match though, or like had a stipulation as well, not just a normal one-on-one match, because if it was no disqualification or had a stipulation, this match would have shined even more. And this match would have had the potential to be match of the night, in my opinion. So for this match, the WWE United States Championship match, I think that Jacob Fatu will beat Solo Sikoa and retain his United States Championship. After this though, our fourth match of the night is the Queen of the Rings finals match, Jade Cargill versus Asuka. Winner gets a women's championship match of her brand at SummerSlam. So Jade Cargill versus Asuka, I've had a lot of thought about this during this whole entire week, and not once did I have like a 100% certain guess in my head, and I'm like, I could see this going either way. I could see either women winning, and Asuka has been on a tear since she's come back, winning all her matches. So like that's why I was like, Asuka might win this too for the pop and stuff like that, and they could have Asuka facing off against Io Sky, which would be a pretty good match. It would be an amazing match, honestly, ring wise and storytelling wise. It would be a really good match. I see that as a potential, but I think what WWE might actually go for is having Jade Cargill win the Queen of the Ring match, win the Queen of the Rings tournament, become Queen of the Ring, challenge Tiffany Stratton for her SmackDown's Women's Heavyweight Championship, beat Tiffany Stratton for the championship, and same night, Naomi cashes in on Jade Cargill. That's what I think is going to happen, and that's where I think WWE might be going with this, and that's why I think potentially they gave Naomi the briefcase as well, or as a more of an intuitive to give her the briefcase. So I think overall in this Queen of the Rings finals match, Jade Cargill versus Asuka, Jade Cargill is going to win the Queen of the Rings final, and I think she's going to go on to face Tiffany Stratton, beat Tiffany Stratton, and Naomi's going to cash in the same night and pull off the heist of the century like Seth Rollins did, stuff like that. Not to the same magnitude, but similar vibe. That's what I think is going to happen. I think Jade Cargill is going to win, but I would be fine with either women winning. I'm fine with either results. I'm fine with anyone winning this match. I'm fine with Asuka winning. I'm fine with Jade Cargill winning, as long as we get a good story from this. And the only thing I'm seeing is that we'll get a better story from Jade Cargill winning rather than from Asuka winning. So that's why I'm predicting that Jade Cargill will defeat Asuka and become Queen of the Ring. I don't think we'll get any interferences from Naomi in this match. I think it's just going to be a standard one-on-one match, straight down the middle. I hope it doesn't have a lot of botches though, because what I'm noticing as of late with Jade Cargill matches, they're very botchy and very clunky. I don't know, something just seems off with her in the ring. Like, she's not a terrible performer by any means, but I don't know, she looks stiff in the ring, and I don't know if it's on her end or like, the superstar she's wrestling with, but I don't know, something about her matches always looks clunky and stiff and like botchy. But I'm not going to talk bad about this match. I just hope that doesn't happen. I hope it's a very good match, straight down the middle, and I think that Jade Cargill will defeat Asuka to become Queen of the Ring, and the Queen of the Ring crown would look amazing on Jade Cargill, so I'm hoping that happens, and I'm hoping we get to see that. Our fifth match of the night will be the King of the Rings finals. It will be Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes. Winner gets a World Heavyweight Championship match of their brand at SummerSlam. And I thought long and hard about this one too, and the only factor that made me 100% certain on the results is that the fact that SummerSlam is right around the corner. Because I was thinking about it, I was like, since the Randy Orton versus John Cena match ended because of interference from R-Truth and didn't get like a solid, valid, viable ending, I'm like, maybe they could run it back and have Randy Orton actually have a solid match in it, and it ends respectfully, it ends professionally, it ends like it should, not because of interferences or not because of shenanigans. That's what I was thinking. Maybe they'll rerun that rivalry again, but I don't think they're gonna go that way, because SummerSlam is right around the corner. I'm pretty sure WWE seeing it as where John Cena versus Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam is a way bigger match than Randy Orton versus John Cena at SummerSlam. And that's not my opinion. I'd rather see John Cena versus Randy Orton again a million times over than Cody Rhodes versus John Cena. But anyhow though, for this King of the Rings final match, Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes, I'm almost 100% certain that Cody Rhodes is going to win this match and go on to face John Cena at SummerSlam. And that was the only factor that made me 100% certain, was the fact that SummerSlam is literally on August 2nd, if I'm not mistaken. It's right around the corner, so they're just going to start building for that rivalry. So for the finals of the King of the Ring, again, I have Cody Rhodes beating Randy Orton and becoming King of the Ring. But like, with that being said though, Randy Orton would look amazing as King of the Ring. The crown on him, the whole gimmick, the shtick, the persona, the cape, that would look amazing on Randy. But I guess WWE wise, Cody has to win that. He's been the quarterback of the company, supposedly, the MVP, supposedly. He's been carrying the company, supposedly. I don't see it, I don't believe it, but anyhow, there's not a chance that Randy Orton's winning this one. I'm pretty certain that Cody Rhodes will beat Randy Orton and become King of the Ring and go on to face John Cena at SummerSlam. So that's my prediction for that match. And for our main event of the night, it will be John Cena versus CM Punk for the undisputed WWE Championship. Now this match, this rivalry, these two people were like my childhood growing up. You know, John Cena versus CM Punk. I remember watching this when I was little. I remember watching this when I was a kid, dude. Watching this rivalry when I was a kid, oh my lord. And then you got like CM Punk with Nexus, stuff like that. CM Punk's promos, CM Punk and John Cena feuding, you know, Mr. Best in the World versus Hustle, Loyalty, Respect. This is straight nostalgia for me, and I'm gonna enjoy every second of this match. I already know that it's not gonna be anything exceptional, you know. It's not gonna be anything like they had back in the day, because like these men are definitely older now, you know. These men are older. John Cena's what, like almost 50, if not already 50, somewhere along those lines, and CM Punk's getting older in age as well. So, you know, they're gonna be a bit slower in the ring. It's not gonna be up to par like with their past stuff, you know, back in the 2010s era. But I'm still hoping and I'm still praying that it's an amazing in-ring match. And if it's not amazing in-ring, I hope there's amazing in-ring storytelling aspects anyway. But for this match though, I see John Cena retaining. He's definitely gonna retain. John Cena's not losing his championship anytime soon, you know. This is his final run after all. So I wouldn't mind seeing CM Punk as the undisputed champion, but I don't think it's happening this early or this soon. I don't think it's happening yet. So I'm predicting that John Cena will defeat CM Punk and retain his undisputed championship. And the crazy part is John Cena and CM Punk, they're tied. They're tied, and like every time they faced each other, one has beat the other, one has beat the other. This match is literally the final match and the tiebreaker. So the winner of this John Cena versus CM Punk match is literally the overall winner of this whole entire feud, this whole entire decade-long, 2-decade-long rivalry, man. So it's gonna be a sight to see. Like the winner of this match is the ultimate winner of their feud, the ultimate winner of the CM Punk and John Cena saga, and it's gonna be a sight to see. And it's gonna be an amazing match, man. And like I'm hoping we get an amazing promo from CM Punk this Friday on SmackDown, you know, responding to John Cena's pipe bomb. I'm hoping we get to see that. But we're talking about Night of Champions right now, so let's not get into SmackDown or anything. For the WWE Undisputed Championship, I see John Cena defeating CM Punk and retaining his undisputed WWE Championship. That's my prediction for the main event. I know John Cena is probably gonna win due to shenanigans. Maybe we might get interference from R-Truth. Maybe we might get Logan Paul. I don't know. I hope we don't get Travis Scott. I hope we don't get that individual. I hope we don't get Travis Scott. I don't think we're gonna get anything from The Rock, the final boss. He hasn't shown up in months at this point, so I know John Cena's gonna win by shenanigans. So he might probably just smack CM Punk in the face with the WWE Undisputed Championship, and that might be the, you know, the deciding factor. But no matter how it is though, I don't see this going like straight clean down the line. This is gonna have shenanigans involved. This is gonna have interferences. This is gonna have, you know, distractions, ref being distracted, people getting involved. But ultimately, at the end of the day, I see John Cena defeating CM Punk and retaining his WWE Undisputed Championship and going on to face Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam. But anyhow though, those are my predictions for this full WWE Night of Champions 2025 match card. Those are my thoughts, my opinions, what I think is going to happen, what I hope is going to happen. Those were my overall thoughts. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for hearing me out. And thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed the video. Like, comment, and subscribe if you want to. Like, comment, and subscribe if you'd like to. And like, comment, and subscribe if you choose to. It's been a pleasure. I'm out.